Is it 44 today?
No, it's 18th.
Oh, yeah.
Philip Schofield's looking for a job. Just noticing, you can tell we go to the same hairdresser.
Absolutely.
He's got one cut.
Hello and welcome to our latest podcast from Trade Talk. My name is Ben.
I'm James.
Before we go any further, today is James's birthday. Now, it won't be James's birthday when this comes out in whenever it is. Is it on the 20th?
That's what you think. I'm having a week of it.
Yeah. I thought you would. 24th, so it's going to come on the 24th, but today is the 18th. So it's my pal's birthday today.
Thank you.
So happy birthday, pal.
Hope you have please don't sing, guys.
Hope you have a good day.
Yeah. Oh.
Is it 44 today?
No, it's 18th.
Oh, yeah. I see what you've done there, yeah.
Yes, I'm 44.
No, but it's 44. Flipping it. How did that happen?
Well, 44 years ago, probably.
Yeah. Oh, no.
I don't really know how that happened. Sorry, Mum.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah.
How long have I known you now? About 30 years.
Yeah, and a few more, probably.
Yeah, flipping heck.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I deserve a present.
You don't.
Yeah. Right, guys. So today's going to be a little bit different, this podcast. It's going to be, we're introducing a new partner into the Trade To Trade family in the way of blue chip warranties. And Garry is here with us today to talk about that. Garry Senna, what a very apt surname. Is that you do automatically, you're going to get into the motor trade, weren't you, with a surname like Senna?
I actually changed my name about 8 years ago.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
So you're a big fan then, are you?
Big fan.
Big
Decided
fan.
to just change my name. So yeah.
Oh, good for you.
Fantastic.
Right. Russ Denton needs to change his name, but he hasn't.
Thanks, pal.
I'm only kidding you. So he's from We Buy Your Car Sheffield. Certainly an old friend of mine. We used to work together at Audi. Taught him everything that I know, and that's how.
And then he met me and I taught him everything else. I've had to learn everything else after, you know.
Yeah, all right. There might have been one or two bad habits in there at some point, but no. Okay, so yeah, Russ is going to come in, and Russ has come in, and he's going to chat about how the app helps him and the group itself. So we'll come on to that in a minute. And also what a nightmare he's had with something else as well, which you'll go into then. But Garry, thank you ever so much for joining us, and thank you for coming on board with us. We're really excited because we've wanted a warranty company within this gap. There's been a gap for a warranty company on the group for a while, hasn't there?
We wanted it. The whole thing about what we do is a sort of, it's a family. You've got to talk to each other, and if you're not going to interact with the rest of the members, then there's no point in joining up with us. And what we've seen so far is a fantastic response, unbelievable. I was worried about any warranty company that joined with us because there's always that sort of stigma to warranty companies. But yours has been unbelievable so far.
Yeah, I mean, since we went live, it's been fantastic. And as you said, we knew that the feedback we'd get from dealers would be great. That's why we wanted to come on board and partner with you guys. So yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Well, that's when you know you're doing something right, isn't it? When you've got that confidence that you can join a large group like us that's got a very vocal group with 10,000 people, you know, on the group that could be on the group that see posts going live. Ultimately, you're going to have, like in any trade, aren't you? You're going to have people that have had good experiences, bad experiences, and I think the type of thing that the common knowledge, the kind of feeling about a warranty company is that you'll only pay out if you really need to, and your idea, and you actually don't want to pay out because you want to obviously retain your profit that's been given to you from the dealer.
Yeah.
And so it's the dealer, but the dealer wants not to have to pay out.
Yeah, and this is why we do things very, very differently, as probably a lot of the guys have seen. A lot of warranty companies, they charge 50% admin of what you pay them as premium, they take as admin. We openly tell you we only take 20%. The rest of the money goes into your fund to pay claims. So there's always more money there to pay claims over and above our competitors. The big things we do differently, we allow the dealers to see their claims. So what's being said by customers, repairers, us, everything that's happening with it, they can see. And the big difference, they'll have heard the words burn rates, you haven't got enough money in your fund, all that kind of stuff. We give you access to that. You can see exactly what we're talking about, how much you've paid us, what we've paid out, what your average claim is, how many life policies you've got. You can see it all. We are completely open and transparent. Why shouldn't you be?
Yeah.
And that's our biggest difference between everybody else. And then we reward dealers. So if you're doing the job right, prepping your cars, not having many claims, if you're burning at less than 70%, we'll have a look at what's left in your fund against any claims, and we'll split it. We'll give you profit back.
Well,
so it's all win-win for everybody.
Yeah, you don't get any better than that. And that does encourage people to be prepping the cars right,
absolutely,
to be buying the right cars in the first place in order to make sure that, because it shouldn't be that a motor trader suddenly passes on the responsibility of that vehicle directly onto a warranty company just because they paid them a couple of £100. So that's on as I see it. You can't just expect someone. So if you send a car out that's not been correctly prepped, or potentially there's a problem with that, and you stick a warranty on it, they'll pay. That
do stuff like that.
You can't do that, can you? Or there's going to be a lifeline to that.
Yeah, of course there is. But there's also the element, having been a dealer for 30 odd years myself and ran some large car supermarkets and main dealers, cars are mechanical. Things can go wrong at any time, just like that. So we have to accept that and try and look after the dealer, look after the customer, and that's what it's all about. It's a partnership. It's a team. We're there to build a team and a reputation.
It's definitely a different what you're doing. I mean, the whole being able to openly see what's going on within your thing. I've never had anything like that when I used to retail cars. No. It's just I know we spoke about it before, but it should be to coin one of our phrases. It should be a game changer. It really should be.
It should be a game changer, and it's proving to be a game changer because we also do handle the claims differently. So I believe you're a trader. You've had it. You've experienced it. Your dealers will have experienced it.
Yeah.
Customer rings in. It's get it in, get it diagnosed, get it stripped, get some photographs to then just tell them it's worn.
Yeah.
We do things differently, especially with things like dual mass flywheel. We'll tell them, look, you're within the age, within the mileage. Just go and get it repaired. You've got X amount to go and get it fixed.
Yeah.
Go and get it done.
Yeah.
That's managing your customers' expectations. It's dealing with the claim quickly.
Yeah.
So everybody's happy because that customer, all they want to do is get that car back on the road.
Yeah.
And especially in today's
experience,
I've been there as well. It is the stuff you used to go through with the warranty companies to try and get stuff paid out. And like you say, I've been there. You strip it down and they go, it's worn, and you've got a stripped down car.
Yeah.
You're like, right, okay. And then you're on your phone to your account manager, have I got any goodwill? Can you help me out a little bit? And you end up getting 50%. And then next time you want any goodwill, it's, I'm sorry, no, you had it last time. And then you're on your own. It's, sounds good. And I was still selling cars.
And you can't actually see what's going on and what's your fund.
Yeah, absolutely.
I get phone calls from dealers all the time. Oh, this is my first claim. Well, it isn't, because there's other claims we've dealt with that you don't know about.
Yeah.
Because we let you see that, they know what's happening with everything.
Yeah.
It's far better.
And I think for somebody to see that, any legitimate, decent motor trader can't expect an infinite amount of claims to be able to go through.
Yeah.
There has to be a point where you go, right, okay, I can't expect him to claim that. I think for me, the main thing for me is having a legitimate claim paid out. That's how it is for me. Being able to say, well, hang on a minute, that's not. I don't want to be arguing with a warranty company, deciding on whether or not. Come on, you clearly covered that. Don't send a engineer around to look for a gap. Well, we can get away with it by saying that it's this that's gone wrong, that's gone wrong. So I can't, otherwise, it's always stuck in my throat, the fact that consumers have that many.
I've got a good story about engineers.
Have you?
So I bought a car, and it came with an assured policy with it.
Is this from a well-known auction?
From a well-known auction company that charges a well-known large amount of money. So anyway, they sent an engineer out to look at this car. And it was when I had the big site at Attercliffe, with the indoor one and the outdoor. And he came out, had a look at it, and said, "Oh yeah, I think that'll be it. Let's sort that out." A couple of days later, I got an email. Yeah, it's not covered, for whatever reason. So I said, "Right, well, why is it not covered?" It was something really trivial.
Because the engineer had come and he said, "Yeah, that's going to be covered.
That's going to be covered.
I'm going to put it through. It's going to be a claim. You're going to get sorted out." Yeah.
So, it's not covered at all. This warranty company that underwrote the warranties for this
Well-known
auction house. So I said, "Right, that's fine. Can you send me a copy of the report?" And eventually the report came over a day or two later, a couple of paragraphs, and he said that he'd been out, dismantled something, took the car for a 10-mile drive, and it didn't make this problem that I was trying to claim for. I can't actually remember what it was for now. So I'm like, he didn't drive the car. He didn't. I'll speak on. I didn't drive the car, but I probably speak too quietly.
He didn't drive the car. He didn't lift the bonnet, did he?
No, he lifted the bonnet. So I got cameras all over the side. So I watched back and I found when he came, and all he did was walk down, lift the bonnet, go on his phone for 10 minutes, put the bonnet down, and come back and speak to me. Sent the video through to the account manager, got paid out that afternoon.
Well, it just shows you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But that's the kind of thing you don't want to be involved with. Like I say, if you can get a legitimate claim paid out and so that the customer stays happy, they're back on the road as soon as possible, that's...
Speed, isn't it? A lot of it's speed.
Yeah.
A lot of it's speed.
Well,
getting authorised quickly.
Well, the way that people
get it done.
It's the way that people can reject cars and all that now and again. You don't want that as well coming back, having to refund.
People scream at you, going, "I need a car, I've got to get to work."
The thing is, what always gets me is that, especially with the new consumer rights, is you've got the same rights with a 200,000 mile, £500 banger as you have with a brand new toaster at £20. It's, well, I can just reject it after X amount of days.
Yeah, it just
under the same terms.
It doesn't make any sense, does it? I mean, whoever made that up has definitely never sold cars, have they? With moving parts and mechanical failures.
I mean, going back to engineers, we don't use engineers if we can help it. We actually get dealers ring us and say, "Please engineer that, will you?" Because we think the customer's pulling a fast one on us.
Yeah.
Same. We've actually had a couple of dealers recently ring us and say, "Can you stop paying so many claims?"
Really?
Because I can see what it's doing to my fund. You seem to be paying everything.
Yeah.
And this was a dealer that actually put the claim in himself and didn't think it would get paid. And he went, "I can't believe you paid it."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Well, that's what we're here to do."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Please, can you just try and wind it in a bit?"
So it's
Watch this space, guys. Blue chip warranties. What's your website? Very good.
www.bluechipwarranties.co.uk.
So, do you want to give out your email address as well?
But no, I think certainly with how you can be as transparent as that's going to be something that...
I must admit, I noticed on the page when you guys announced this, and the amount of people that actually commented saying, "Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant." I didn't actually see one person say,
I couldn't believe that.
"This company's an absolute mess, don't use them." I didn't see one.
Yeah,
so I must admit, I did have
it's completely the opposite.
Even though I don't retail cars anymore, I don't need a warranty company. I still have a little nosy and go, "Oh, we'll see what people say."
Yeah,
and the comments were great.
That's why we do the 3-month free trial for dealers. We say, "Look, come on board.
That's amazing.
Give us a go.
Yeah.
See how it works. If at the end of 3 months you're not happy, once all your policies have expired and any claims have been paid, what's left there, we'll give it you back."
Wow.
After 3 months.
That's good.
Incredible.
Because we know it works.
Yeah. Well, you're going to stand by your product. That's how you do it, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
Brilliant.
We believe in what we're doing, and what we're doing is right.
So how long have you been going for then, Garry?
Just over 8 years now.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
And your background was sort of dealer principal and
I've been
DP,
general manager of a large car dealership that used to be in Burton-on-Trent and stuff like that. So I've done retail.
So you knew what... You were an ideal person to get on board with that then, weren't you? Because you knew what the pain points would be of a large motor dealer that wants to run with a decent warranty company.
Yeah. And Jeff, who owned the business and set it all up originally, he's ex-mechanic, So he understands cars.
Yeah.
He's been an underwriter. He's been in a claims department.
Yeah.
So he knows the motor trade inside out.
Yeah.
Everybody we surround ourselves with are probably mostly ex-motor trade, etc.
Yeah.
We've recently took on 3 new members of staff, a guy up in Scotland, somebody in Wales, and a girl covering Manchester and Liverpool. So we're expanding at a really rapid rate at the moment. It's great.
That's brilliant. I hope that continues, because, I know that other partners like Exec Insurance, they've had to take more people on just purely from the extra custom and the extra business to get from trade to trade. So we really hope that will happen for you, because obviously if it works for you, it works for all of us.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now we've got a good warranty company on board. I think that's
the T2T family. We all look after each other.
But that just, I think Blue Chip just kind of reflect our core values, don't they? That honesty and integrity. That's the right kind of thing that we want, and that's what we've always wanted, isn't it?
Yeah, well, we had other companies interested in partnering with us, but
warranty companies are a dangerous thing to partner up with, aren't
exactly. Yeah. So that was the biggest fear.
If you get the wrong one,
if you pick the one,
get the wrong one,
because you've got to be very careful.
Because it is what it is, isn't it? And there's old school warranty companies out there, and these guys aren't.
It's quite funny. I wear a branded logo shirt. Now I can be walking around anywhere. I've got dealers that can suddenly jump on me. I could get customers jump on me and complain. We're proud of what we do, and I feel proud of what we do.
Yeah,
because we do it right, and I'm not embarrassed to say I work for Blue Chip Warranty.
Well, the more and more
proud.
Yeah. Well, that will mean that the more and more you'll want to get involved on the group, so that'll be ideal. Russ, how's things in the trade side of things now?
Trade side of things, it's okay.
So you've got a buying site, haven't you?
I've got a buying website, so yeah, I do buy from other dealers, but I buy a lot from private people. So I'm a small-time WeBuyAnyCar.com, basically.
Okay. Yeah.
Which is localised to Yorkshire.
Similar model and
similar model. Try and do things a bit differently, I suppose. Like Garry does. We just, I suppose, try and look after people better. I think that the amount of stories I hear where people get out to buy any car, they get, these prices, and all of a sudden I try and do things differently. I do it on the phone rather than just firing an email back the price, speak to people, put their personality towards it. Yeah. So that's worked well.
You wouldn't get at We Buy Any Car, would you?
No, not all.
And I suppose it's not about trying to reinvent the wheel, is it?
No, it's about to change it to suit people's needs.
Yeah. And to do it better than other people.
Better than other people, which, like anything, one of the biggest things when I was selling cars was pushing for reviews. So I've done that with We Buy Your Car Sheffield. So I'm pushing for reviews constantly, because I think that's where people...
that helps you a lot.
Massively, because especially local stuff. People like to support local companies.
Yeah.
So localised around the area, I get a lot of people in the Yorkshire area going, I want to support a local business rather than We Buy Any Car.
Yeah.
I've seen your warranties. They mention me personally. So I'm a one-man band, so it's small at the moment, but hopefully...
Philip Schofield's looking for a job.
You could sneak in there, couldn't you?
No. But yeah, so it's been okay. Thanks, mate.
I'm just noticing, you can tell we go to the same hairdresser.
Absolutely.
I went there yesterday.
See,
he's got one cut.
One cut suits all. We're finding a lot over the last couple of weeks. People wanting to downsize, downgrade, 25 grand cars down to 10 grand cars. I think that might be the sign of the times a little bit.
I think, yeah,
you get a little bit of that.
I'm telling you what, I'm getting a lot of people at the moment who are going down to no car. So really? A lot of, especially in Sheffield.
2 to 1 or no car?
Yeah, a lot of people 2 to 1, but a lot of Sheffield, localised in Sheffield, there's a lot of people going down to no cars.
Really?
So a lot of people getting, which is not so great for people who are selling cars, but yeah, I think the times of people, cost of living. So people are going, can I cope without the car for a bit, for 6 months? Through the winter, am I going to be able to cope with that? So there's a lot of people going from 2 to 1. People who needed 2 cars to get to work, now working at home, always got 1 car set outside, paying 2 insurances and 2 taxes and stuff. So
that's
getting a lot of that.
And if you're going from 1 car to no car, yourself, if that person knows themselves how long that car sits on the drive for and can get driven.
Yeah,
and public transport links seem to get better, don't they? In Sheffield, you don't.
I don't know. When was the last time you got a bus, Ben?
Oh,
he wants to go to the tram. Did you, Ben?
oh God!
He wants to go to the super tram.
Just be quiet.
Do you remember
Where
that?
did you end up?
I don't know how we've managed to get, as long as we have.
Did you
know
fell
about
asleep?
it?
What, did you
4
fall
years.
asleep?
Do you know about this?
No.
I was on a super tram
Right.
advert.
So in Sheffield, they launched the super tram, and we were about 17, 18 years old, and they put a tram network in Sheffield. And it was about the time we were all going out in the pubs and everything, and Ben used to get the tram to work.
I was working at that mobile phone company in Hillsborough. Remember that one that you used to work for?
Oh, is that the standard before you went to car sales? You have to sell phones.
They tried to beat us.
Like so many
Back to the point.
so many salesmen of car phone sales.
Like this.
before the-
One day, we're walking through town, and on the side of the bus stops, picture of him.
Picture of
Super
me.
tram. Ben Mitchell says, it's always on time.
Yeah, they interviewed me on the tram. They interviewed me on the tram. I was
Obviously not
about
something to
18, I
shout
think.
about, Zoe, you know.
No, it's not. I remember. I'll never
tried to
forget.
find it.
I'll never forget when I first found out about it because I'd know everyone was like, "Oh, I bet you got a few quid for that, didn't you?" No, I didn't. I got nothing apart from humiliation. I'll never forget where I was. I was in the Ranmore Inn having a beer. Somebody came. Hey, it's always on time. I'm like, what did you just say? It's always on time. And I'm like,
Right, challenge, find me
well,
that
it was
poster.
in the Star. It was in the Star newspaper on the front page of the Star. Ben Mitchell says it's always on time. Devastating.
Never seen that.
Ben Mitchell's boss says, Ben isn't.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah. No, that was a good few years ago.
That was the last
I
time
think
it
it got brought up.
That was the last public
Got brought
transport
up
you
at my
got.
wedding, that.
It did. It gets bought up all the time. I might
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
bring it up at Christmas.
All right. Okay.
I'm going to get you that and frame it.
Anyway, I lost my train of thought. What we're going to talk about then?
Public transport.
Public transport, yeah. No, I got
So
on the
no-
train last week.
Yeah.
Yeah. After I had a drink with you, you
Oh,
wallet.
yeah, you did, yeah.
Yeah.
You paid.
No, I didn't.
Train just gone past.
Train right on cue.
Yeah.
No, I didn't have to pay. I jumped on. I was off at the next stop. Mind you, there was a conductor coming down.
Did
and
you run
literally
out?
Pulled up and I'm pressing button like
Did you-
that. And I'm like,
Some do the old run out and go and then get back on the other side.
It was 3:45 or something. I just thought it'd be a bit, these little wins, innit?
Have you seen that?
3:45, still in my pocket.
Wow.
Free journey. I've not done anything. It's just if it had got to me before the
You
stop,
didn't
I'd
rush
paid
up to
for
me and
it.
say, I've got to get off in a second. Can I give you me fare?
I mean, the fact that I was in the loo is a bit different.
I booked our tickets for the awards, by the way, for train tickets on the 28th.
And there's a
You
strike.
booked yours?
And there's a strike happening.
Have you checked that?
Yeah. So we go down on the Sunday, don't we? Well, on the Saturday and the Sunday, there's a strike.
All right, I'm going on Monday.
Are you going on Monday? Oh, that's
Yeah.
it. I'm all right, Jack.
No, I'm just not
We might have to drive down there. Well, we'll see.
What carriage are you in, Johnny? Not mine, are you?
Cheap one, I'm hurrying to get outside. 30 quid.
It's still on the road. Indian vibes.
Oh, by the way, do you know that friends and family card that was
Yeah.
really handy to get? It made no difference to the price that I got on that.
Yeah, it's on the set once. I found that out as well.
How much did you pay for that?
60 quid, I think.
60
For
quid.
3 years.
Flippin' egg. It wants to be for 30 years if you can't get any discount, doesn't it?
You can at
They've
30,
just had
can at 30
60 quid for nothing.
You can.
Do you think you can get it from somewhere else to Griddleford?
Well, you got it work for you. It worked for you. You got your money back. Didn't you?
Yeah, got it for free.
There's no conductors watching. They've been looking out for you.
Sorry, guys. Oh, no.
They were wondering whether you could be on time or not.
Well, if you're train conductor, you shouldn't be on Trade to Trade, should you?
No.
Trade
But
only.
But the YouTube is for
But
everybody.
talking of which, I know you're having a nightmare at the moment, aren't you, Russ?
Yeah.
Just tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, so I was down. I was on holiday at the time. Actually, got a phone call. I was on the beach. A guy rang me up to see if I leased cars. And obviously, as I've been saying, I'm literally trade only. Don't have an FCA license anymore. Got rid of that, so I don't need it. And I said no. Why? What? And anyway, he started telling me that there's an Instagram page. So my company behind We Buy Your Car Sheffield is Mascot Automotive, and someone's created an Instagram account. It's got 8,000 followers, which I couldn't work out why. But excuse me. It's got 8,000 followers on it. But effectively, it was an old account that they've changed the name. So it was basically they've had an account and got all the followers, and then within the last 90 days they've changed the name twice. So they've changed the name to Mascot Automotive, which is my company. They've put my personal details on there, my registered company address on there. They're using my company information, and then they've got things like SPRs on there for £4,000 deposit and £600 a month, which is impossible. Being in the trade, we know that. And then to back that up, they've got a website. So they bought. I own mascotautomotive.co.uk, but I've got nothing there because I don't retail anything, so I've not needed to use it, although I own the domain. They've bought the .com version, so they've got mascotautomotive.com. Put a website together, put all the cars on there. The cars are stolen from Auto Trader, so they're just they're just cherry picking cars that have no background. So whether it be like a forest or a grass background, putting them on the website. They've even got forms to fill out for finance. You fill out a form, you're giving them all your details, company, your national insurance, driving license copies, bank statements. And because it looks that legitimate, and they're using my company, which is a company that's been around for 12 years or 10 years or whatever it's been around for, and it's a good company.
Is it unlimited? Are you limited?
Yeah, limited company. So they've stolen all the company's stuff. Yeah,
it never amazes me how hard these guys work.
Honestly, James, I know of at least
I wouldn't even have my own company.
10 to 15 people that have sent them in excess of £4,000. They must have stolen over £100,000.
You are joking. And these people are coming after you?
No, I get phone calls. So obviously what they do, they're using my company, but they don't do anything over the phone. So it's all done via WhatsApp. So they weren't getting WhatsApp. They send my details. So you say, look, no, we're a legitimate company. Here, fill in this form. You get a form. You go to their really lovely website. You fill out the form. They've even got finance documents they send out. You then sign them on an online signature service. So it looks legitimate because you're going on like DocuSign. You sign the docs, you send them back. They go, yep, fantastic. We'll deliver the car out in 4 days, 5 days' time. We just need your deposit. You send the deposit over and they block you. And then what they start doing, the cars don't turn up. They start doing some homework, find my name, find my contact number elsewhere on 192.com, and I get a phone call. And I have to go, I'm really sorry, it's a scam. You can't speak to Instagram because that's the way they're doing it. It's all through the advertising with the 8,000 people on there. That's where they're hitting the customers. I've shut the website down once. They bought another domain. Just put LTD on it and set it back up 24 hours later. So that was back up and running within 24 hours. So yeah, I'm getting a phone call, at least a phone call, if not two a day, with people who haven't sent money, that are thinking, smelling a rat, so they're working it out. So I'm managing to stop that.
Or they've sent it being sent then to a bank account.
To Mascot Auto Co Limited, a company they've set up which is similar to mine. They've got Mascot Auto Co Limited, Mascot Auto Limited. They've got lots of different companies with Mascot in it, with bank accounts set up, and then obviously they're just giving them details.
What bank account? Surely the banks have got some.
These are legitimate companies that they've set up. They've got directors. The directors obviously pawns in the scheme. I don't know, but the only thing I get is I've spoke to Companies House, I've spoke to the police, I've spoke to the FCA, spoke to Crime Watch, and they all go speak to Action Fraud. So I've spoke to Action Fraud. That was 3 weeks ago, and I've not heard anything back at the moment. So that's the only thing I can do.
Sure, like the NCA should get a National Crime Agency and all that.
But they also have to report to Action Fraud,
right.
And they're a body that aren't the police, but they report for the police. Then they send the reports to the police, and then they make the decision on whether it's worth doing.
How do you see that money's been withdrawn somehow, isn't it?
Well, I'm guessing it's hitting the UK bank accounts, and then it's getting shifted to overseas instantly. I had one guy who rang me, and he rang because I set up an Instagram page called Mascot Automotive as well, because they've got Mascot Automotive Ltd. So I've set another one up, and I screenshot loads of stuff I've been sent. I've even got them. I've got the WhatsApp. I've got screenshots of the guy saying he's stolen over $100,000 and putting laughing faces because someone called him out. And I put this onto Instagram. And then I went on Mascot Automotive.
He's on there owning up to it.
So I went on, and then I went onto their fake page, and I started following all their followers. so I could try and get some people to know that it's a scam and don't use it. So I started following left, but they blocked me now, so I can't do it. So they blocked, so I can't see them anymore.
Right.
But I followed a load of people and I put a load of posts on, and I've had a lot of people going, "Oh, thanks so much. So happy you've done this. I was about to send them money. I was about to send them $4,000. One guy rang me and he went, "You know what? Just wanted to say thanks. I sent the money, saw your Instagram page, rang my bank and got the money back. So it was within an hour."
Wow.
So yeah, crazy, really. So yeah, for anyone who's watching, just keep an eye on it.
This is the thing, like the people that are out there that aren't clever, or well, not even clever enough, because that's not the right word to use. I think that they'll steal your business.
The problem I've got is I have
We've
no.
experienced it.
I've got no public. I've got no public exposure. So being master automotive doesn't mean anything to anyone, because I don't use it other than the behind the scenes when I'm paying people and stuff like that. So there's no website out there which has Master Automotive as a motor trader.
Yeah, in other
so
words,
they've stolen the perfect company.
You've not got the reviews, have you? Because you're not
the reviews are on We Buy Your Car Sheffield.
Yeah.
So they've stolen the perfect company because I've got nothing out there to say what Master Automotive is. There's only them. So that's maybe a downfall of mine, but I've not needed it, so I've never used it. So they've stolen the perfect
Have
company.
you had any bad reviews on as Mascot Automotive?
No, because it doesn't exist.
Right.
Because there's no Master Automotive Google page, because it doesn't need to.
So there's nowhere to leave a review.
So there's nowhere to leave a review. Yeah?
What about a review on their pages?
Well, their pages, they use. So they've used a unit as their address in Sheffield, which is empty. So I've been to it. So I went to go and see it.
Yeah.
And they've literally gone onto nightfrank.com, found an empty unit, found an empty unit, and used that as their address of where they are, because they know if people turn up and it's empty, they can't do anything.
What?
So, but if you want to go and see the cars, they're either in Swansea or Portsmouth, apparently.
Right.
But they're obviously not. But I think they find out where you live. So if you live in Scotland, they'll tell you the cars are in Portsmouth. If you live in Portsmouth, they tell you they're in Swansea.
It's all used cars stuff.
They're all used cars, which again we know you can't lease. But they also have on there it's no. What's the word they use? No credit check car finance, which we always know is impossible. You can't have car finance without getting.
Did you see the article on Car Dealer magazine where I think it was James Baggett phoned up one of these guys?
Right.
I'll send you the link to it. And he actually tried to expose this scam, and he contacted this guy. The guy just didn't know what he was talking about. I think PJ did a piece on it as well. They just like, "Oh, can I come and look at the car?" Like, what asking about little things about cars as a car dealer you'd know. Has it got the pan roof? Has it got?
Well, these you can't speak to.
But this guy
The phones are always down.
Let me
Wow.
check.
They've got an answer for it, so the phone are always down. If you call them out and say, "Well, this is a scam," they'll send you my personal details. That's what they'll go. No, look, this is the company.
Half of me thinks that why are these people sending $4,000 on such,
100%.
But-
And it is a lot.
But having said
A lot of
that,
people wouldn't.
a lot of it is nowadays online stuff. You do send. I've sent it. Don't get me wrong. I've done
If I
as much
showed you
work
the
as
contract
possible.
they send out,
Wow.
but the thing is, you get a contract and then you sign it
Sounds like they know
online.
exactly what they're doing.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
that's
crazy.
frightening.
They're also preying on the vulnerable who want that
Cheap car.
Range Rover
Yeah,
car.
that haven't got the
and
credit
go, "I
file
can
to get.
afford that."
Yeah.
It's very clever, actually.
Very clever.
You know, it's my dream car. That's what I want. I
Yeah.
work hard.
Yeah,
I'll have
scrap
that.
the $4,000 together.
But they also used they used a company before me called Cavalli Limited, because I had a guy contact me and say, "I got done by these guys a month ago," and sent me a screenshot of it's the same logo but just a different name. But then if you go onto the FCA and type in Cavalli Limited, it says it's a scam. Or they've been cloned, which is what I've been done. My company's been cloned.
Right. Does that now say it under yours?
No, because I haven't got an FCA license.
Oh, shit.
So I used to have an FCA license, and
So that's
I finished it in September, which is quite because I didn't use it. So I got the usual thing, £600 bill. I was like, I've had this 2 years on me. There's no point. So I cancelled it. So what they did is they know I've had an FCA license, so they've copied my FCA license number and changed it by a digit. So it's actually my old FCA license, but they've just moved a couple of digits around. So yeah, they're using someone else's.
they'll be in a different country doing all this, won't they?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are. Because they only answer between 11 and 8 as well, rather than 9 and 6. It's, someone said to me, I think they're abroad. So if you send them a message in the morning, they don't come back to until 11 o'clock.
Yeah, so it's a different time zone.
I think so, yeah.
Well, I've said it before.
But just be careful.
The effort these criminals put into these businesses, because that's what they are. It's a business for them. If you actually put that kind of effort into a legitimate business, they'd be very successful.
Yeah, but they don't need to do it because it's an easy way of doing it this way, isn't it?
Very, very easy. And they've, like I said, they've picked me as I'm a little bit of a perfect candidate because I have no public exposure on a website and stuff.
Well,
whereas if they did it to someone who's got a retail thing.
Well, they learned the lesson from the Carvello one.
Well, he's not either. Cavallo Limited, yeah, he was the
because now they can't go on and see the FCA licence is now scammed.
But
so there's no paper trail that way.
The thing for me is it doesn't damage me or my business to an extent, which is good to know for me personally.
Yeah.
But it's knowing that what I was always worried of is someone coming knocking on my door and going, "Where's my $4,000?"
I don't believe you.
I don't believe you.
Yeah.
So when I rang the police, I said I'm a little bit worried about for my family because I might not be there. My wife and my kids might be in.
Yeah.
And then someone comes knocking at the door in the middle of the day, and I'm not around. And the police went, "Has that happened yet?" I went, "No." And they went, "Well, if it does, just ring 999 and we'll come out." And that was their response. So you can't prevent it, but wait till it happens.
Is your limited company registered at your home address?
Yes, because I don't have premises, you see.
Are you going to change that?
There's no point now, is it? A bit late. Too little, too late.
It says a previous address anyway.
Yeah. So and the thing is if I change it, I do rent some premises, but that's already got a registered address. But if they said, I'll change it to my accountant's or something, he's not going to want it at the moment, is he? So it's a little bit...
Why don't you get rid of Mascot Automotive completely?
I could do.
Would that solve it?
It would, but
so you'd say
my argument. The problem is that I think this is going to be a snatch and grab. Almost, they're not going to do it for years on years, are they? I think they're just going to jump companies because as soon as they jump companies, they're going to disappear. So if I was them, I would be jumping.
Then you got to think the people that have been ripped off. They say, "Well, why have you closed your company down? What's that all about?" Do you know what I mean? So
there's an element of I think they'll move on. I think they'll have a number of companies sat there.
Well, Russ, I hope you get that sorted, mate.
Yeah,
because that must be stressful.
Yeah, I think it's more.
It's just
the process of how long it took. This whole thing.
And
with
there's no help. There's no help.
Well, the problem is I actually rang Action Fraud the other day. It takes about 40 minutes to even get through to someone.
Yeah.
But it says if you've not waited 28 days, don't ring us. So I've got to wait. So
they're highly under-resourced.
I don't know. But like I say, everyone points to that direction. So it's just it will blow over, and I'm sure that they will jump onto another company. But I just hope it's horrible.
And also as well, I know the type of guy you are. It's not nice.
I don't want to know people that have been taken to the cleaners because of
it's not nice.
Something that's involved me,
and especially
in a way that I can't control.
Regardless of who it is, if you lose $1,000,
you're using your name,
using my name and my wife's name because she's a director of the company. So my name and my wife's name are on their Instagram page.
That's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
So,
there's some unscrupulous people out there.
Yeah. On to a lighter note then.
App update. What do you think?
Really good. I've used it this week. It's gone. Yeah, really, really good. Speed's much better. That's one thing I've noticed.
2 minutes now.
Yeah, a lot better for speed.
So what we were doing before was, I mean, I'm not technically minded, but what we were doing, downsizing the picture size.
So we had to auto reduce the images. So that was the problem. Is that you take a picture on your iPhone,
clarity is super high.
Yeah, and you don't change the resolution to take a picture of a car. So you want a high resolution picture,
of course.
But we could only upload a certain picture size up to, I think it was about 70 megs at the time.
Right.
Otherwise, it just would crash the system because of the volume of pictures that we get. But this would then take a while we had a piece of software built within the app that reduced the images.
Yeah.
So that was just slowing it down to the point where you're like...
Well, two things we were trying to achieve was getting rid of the circle that was spinning around. Okay, so that once people are loaded, is it working? Have I got to stay on? Is it sorted? We thought about doing a loading bar that came along, and then you can see a progress. Whereas if you just see a spinning thing, you don't know how long it's going to spin for.
Yeah.
So we wanted to get rid of that by putting then your post has been submitted, you'll get a message when it's gone live. So we were changing it for that.
That didn't work.
That didn't work.
So we had to install a backload where it was just all worked in the background. So again, you've got to make sure you've got a decent reception stroke Wi-Fi because it's still working in the background.
If you were just to load 20 photos directly onto Facebook and you've got 3G, 4G or a weak Wi-Fi, it'd take ages and maybe not go through anyway, even if you're doing it straight through to Facebook. Now, I know that was people's issue before was, it's not loading, it's not. Well, it won't load because there's that much data that anything's got to pick up. It's got to do it. So,
what's the average size of an image on your iPhone, for instance?
10 megs.
A 10 megs an image, yeah. So it's
a lot.
Imagine.
It's a lot.
Putting 20, 30 images on.
So what we wanted to do was to get it so that it would post the advert live onto the group.
Yeah.
Live onto the app ASAP. So what you might find is now, guys, is that you'll see maybe the first picture come on straight away, and you'll be wondering, well, where's my other photos? They're still downloading in the background, but at least so you might check it 10 minutes later, and you'll find that all pictures have then loaded.
Right. Okay. Yeah,
so you're going to get the first
your
one
adverts on.
Yeah.
The adverts on. Yeah.
And then they're going to
Don't
follow.
forget now you can edit the adverts as well.
Yeah.
Fully
Yeah,
editable.
I noticed
So
that.
if you accidentally put a picture of your bottom on, you can then remove that.
Your bottom.
I mean, who has pictures of the bottom?
I've
that
got
on
a
there.
picture of my bottom. I found.
Have you?
What, next to cars?
Yeah, but
What? Hemorrhoids.
next to you, actually. Not my bottom, next to you.
But yeah,
But you've seen pictures of people, it's like on Facebook.
I've seen pictures of people's bottoms on Facebook.
on the app. Facebook.
On the app, yeah.
No, but you've seen pictures of people who've uploaded the wrong image. It'd be like a picture of a
Yeah,
cow.
or a wrong
Cat,
car,
dog,
or
yeah.
you got a load of cars.
And then you can't remove it. You have to ask us, at one point, you had to ask us to remove it.
Yeah, I think I've done that in the past, actually.
So we'd have a little laugh for a bit, and then we remove it.
Not about having.
I think it was your kids or something.
It's not like
But yeah, again, you can sometimes upload the wrong image. So now everything is fully editable.
Yeah, a lot to do there. And for me,
on-
one of the better things is obviously it gets on there straight away because I know obviously if you're doing your Facebook, you guys have got to approve it. Which I could do that if I do it on that at 7:00 at night. You might not see it till the morning.
Features are of the app, not to forget what you can get. You get that direct call facility. I tried to buy something off the group the other day, and I sent them a message, and we all know that the problem is because I'm not friends with them. I've got to send them a message request, which goes into a different box. By the time I finally got it, he'd already sold it to somebody else.
I noticed that you send a message to people you know, then you got message requests, then you got a spam as well. Have you seen the spam ones? It's like I found stuff in there from 6 months ago.
Right, that people have sent you. Yeah.
I'll have that.
Cars that lost money on that. You couldn't have lost money.
Yeah. Oh, it's February.
Yeah.
No. So we're trying to get rid of that. WhatsApp direct messaging.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Being able to direct message that person straight to WhatsApp. Call feature. What was the other one? I can't remember. Anyway.
Yeah, so obviously we're in constant development. We have been since day one. So we
You
always
can see that though.
adapting.
From what it was to what it is now is massive.
Yeah, I know. It's we're not quite there yet, but we are getting there.
We are quite there.
No, I think with the
From
basic
day one,
functionality
yeah,
of it all is great, but I think we've
It's
still
the
got
fastest
features in
now.
our mind that we want to include,
Yeah.
don't we?
Well, it's the fastest posting in the market. You've got the biggest audience in the market. There's no reason not to give it a go. You've got again, like Garry says, if it's not working out, give us a shout, and you get a 30-day trial with us anyway. So
yeah.
if you can't make
And also
money on the app,
And also,
or on the
don't
network,
forget, there's lots of people on the app that aren't on the Facebook
yeah,
group.
hundreds.
Loads.
But anyway, we're
So-
waffling too much again.
Yes,
aren't
we are.
We're trying to sell our services.
The other thing is with the Facebook page, well, is you don't see half the posts that go on anyway.
Because they go down.
There's that many. Yeah, I missed
Yeah,
loads.
algorithms at Facebook,
And
bring out now.
whereas at least on the app you get
half
to
of
see
it goes.
Wait till you see what we've got on our next update, which will be in the next few months.
But
There's
yeah.
something amazing coming for that.
So if you're looking for Start, get on the app and scroll down.
Shocked face. What?
Yeah, I know what you mean. That still hasn't worried me.
Yeah, no, it's
But no, great. Thanks for coming in, Russ.
I will see you. So actually, this goes out on the 24th then, which means 4 days before the used car award. So good luck to everybody that's nominated. We'll see you in London.
Yeah, we will. Looking forward to it. Nice
Gary's not
people,
coming. We invited him. Don't want to go.
I don't know.
It's not quite like that.
Gary's it was like invited him this morning. Like Gary, do you want to go? But no, yeah. So at this point we've got 2 spare seats, so that's why we're going to try and fill them up. So Russ doesn't really want to go.
You're going to tell us about that childcare issues. To be fair, it's short notice.
Short notice.
It
I've got 3 kids.
You've got 3.
It is too short notice.
3 kids, no TV.
I told
You know as well as I do. You need at least 6 months' notice for a trip to London.
Yes, you know, you're right.
So
Gary, all the best. I hope you.
Looking forward to it.
Hope you are really successful off it. Like we said earlier,
we know you will be.
We know you will be. Yeah, I think I need to get in with you guys as well because, like I said, just realised that.
All I ask is give us 15 minutes. It'll be the best 15 minutes dealers give us.
Right.
Just give us a call, give us a shout.
15 minutes of your time.
Seriously.
Let them tell you about what they do and what they're about.
And get into the new year with a new warranty company and a new forward-thinking business.
Brilliant.
Fantastic.
Sounds good.
Thanks again for watching, guys. And
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Cheers.
All the best.
Cheers.
Cheers.